What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Happy Wednesday. This is your midweek motivational video for your day. I hope you guys are having an amazing morning so far. I am trying my very best to try to get up earlier, to get my videos out of the way earlier so you guys can enjoy them. Before I get into my message, I just want you guys to leave your comments down below. Let me know if there's anything specific when it comes to my motivational videos, if there's anything specific that you want me to talk about or, touch base on. As you guys know, I only speak off of personal experience and personal testimony. I've told you guys plenty of times that I know what it is to be depressed. I know what it is to have anxiety because I had suffered from anxiety for about 10 years or so. I still sometimes go through anxiety, but I mean, it was so bad that I was on medication for it. And the depression that I was going through was because there was a big chunk of my life that changed, and I didn't know what direction I was going to go. Like it got very, very dark over time, and so I had to kind of, wheel my way out of that. But it wasn't something that I dealt with for many, many years, like a lot of other people do, to the point where it's really serious. But it was enough to the point where I was afraid for my health. So I do know what that's like. I have dealt with heartbreak. I have dealt with relationship issues. I have dealt with doubt. I have dealt with worry and fear. I have dealt with not knowing where I wanted my career to go. I dealt with, not knowing if I'm ever going to love again, all these things. And I give you guys this motivation a couple of times a week because I know that sometimes we go through things that we don't talk about. We don't know either how to talk about it, or we just don't have the energy mentally to talk about it. Or sometimes talking about something that you're struggling with makes it real, and a part of you doesn't want to feel what you are going through, so you rather not talk about it. And I encourage you not to do that, because I feel like that's how we get ourselves into these dark holes and get ourselves into these depressive states where we're in so deep and not talking about our issues that we feel like nobody will listen anyway. We feel like, nobody will understand anyway. We feel like, I'm so messed up right now mentally that I feel like I can't even talk to anybody anymore because I'm just dealing with my own issues. And sometimes when we do that, we bring that stuff into ourselves, and mentally and emotionally. And that's why it's so important that if you are going through something, don't look at it as, oh, I don't want people to know my business. Somebody needs to know that you're going through something. You need someone there to help you cope, to help you deal with something, even if it's a best friend that you have to where you can just lean on, literally. Like when I was going through my darkest time, there were times where I sat with my best friend, and sometimes I would just lean on her shoulder. Literally, like we would just be sitting on the couch, and I'd look at her and I'm just like, I just want to sit here and I just want to lean on your shoulder. She'd be like, go ahead. Of course, you guys know that's Jalixa. But, that's the type of friendship that we have. She never allowed me to get too deep. And I've got two best friends. I've got a guy and a girl. And, I like that I have two best friends who's a male and female, because they're not, neither one of them are biased. Neither one of them take my side just because they're my friends. They both tell me when I'm right and wrong and when I'm going too deep. And, sometimes Jalixa has to tell me, like, you know what, like, I'm going to stop you right there. Don't allow these things to consume you, so you need someone to talk to. You need someone to help you, even if it's just allowing you to cry, allowing you to vent, allowing you to get pissed off. Let them be your diary. Let them be your journal. Let them be who you vent to. Don't, throw punches at them or anything like that, but allow someone into your, realm so they can help you through your darkest times. It is so important for you to trust someone that you can talk to when it comes to your mental health, because if you're not well mentally, I can't stress this enough, you cannot be good for anything or anyone else. So I said that to say I want you guys to leave your comments down below. I want you guys to tell me if these motivational videos that you have been seeing are enough for you, because I do know that not everyone wants or needs to hear motivation. There's some people there who may not know that they need it, or who just doesn't want to hear it, because I do notice that not a lot of people view my motivational videos, but that's okay, because I know some of you really do look forward to it. I'm not going to stop doing it, but I want you guys to leave your comments down below. Let me know if there's anything, if you have any questions, if I've dealt with anything. I do have an email that you guys can send questions to, which I think I'm going to start back up with doing my Scarlo questions. So that email is scarloquestions20@yahoo.com. And I'll leave that down below. You can send your questions there when it comes to anything that you want me to talk about that's motivational, that's inspiring, that's encouraging. Obviously there are certain things in my personal life that I'm going to, talk about when I'm ready. But when it comes to motivating you guys, I just want to know what motivates you. What do you want to keep hearing? What will help you, within your day? And again, I will only give you my personal experience when it comes to things that have helped me stay motivated, stay determined, what I've been through, times where I didn't feel motivated or encouraged to do anything. I mean, there were times where when I was going through anxiety, I was taking Xanax 3 times a day just to get through my day, and then taking Ambien at night to sleep, because I just didn't want to deal with anything. And that's when things got really bad, because I noticed that I was dependent on Ambien, and I did get addicted to it. And I took myself off of it. I think I was on it. It didn't take me long to be addicted to it, probably about a month. And it was bad. It was very bad. So I took myself off of that. I was on antidepressants. But, one day I just decided, I just didn't want to deal with any medication anymore. And I told myself that, the praying woman that I am, I believe in prayer, and I believe in God, and I believe in, trusting people and your closest friends who understand, and those who may not understand but are willing to try to understand and try to learn what you are going through so they can be there for you. That's important too. But it's important, to have supportive people around you. And, I started to research, and this was years ago. Thank God when I met Tyrone and we started dating, he started to open me up to a lot more when it comes to natural health. But years ago, when I decided to stop all of my medication, I was looking into books and researching and reading articles about how to, how to, cure and deal with your anxiety. And over time, I've learned, for me, in my opinion, anxiety is a psychological thing. It's not physical, even though you have those physical sensations. You have the heart racing, you have those spasms in your body, you have the flushing of that cold flush or that hot flush, or being lightheaded, having vertigo, having muscle aches and fatigued, and not knowing, for me, my anxiety attacks used to happen while I was driving. So I used to feel like I had no control, and it used to make it even worse. And I can't tell you the amount of hospital bills I racked up because my anxiety was so bad, that I was so paranoid, that I was literally going to the ER, every other week, because I thought something was wrong with me. And it was all panic attacks, and I was giving them to myself because I was so wrapped up in what I was feeling that I was scared. Me being scared to get another attack gave me an anxiety attack, and it was a constant cycle. So even though you have those physical things, one of the things that helped me during that process of me coming off of medication and researching things naturally is, and also I worked in the healthcare field, so I was surrounded by a lot of nurses and a lot of people who were in the medical field. And I confided in a few of them, and they definitely helped me along as well, thank goodness. So it was almost like, free advice, but, I remember one of them telling me, if you start going through your, physical feelings and sensations and things like that, the one thing you should ask yourself is, have I felt this way before? Have you felt this way before? You start feeling all these crazy sensations, and it's almost like you forget that you've been through that before, right? So, whenever I would go through that, I would get scared, but it was a process for me to try to understand those sensations, understand, okay, my heart's racing because I'm nervous. It's not because I'm about to have a heart attack. I'm starting to get these spasms because my muscles are contracting, not because there's something wrong. I'm getting lightheaded because I'm not breathing properly. I'm getting vertigo because I'm making myself dizzy because I'm not breathing properly. And when I'm driving and I get these anxiety attacks and I feel like I'm not in control, it's because I'm allowing that anxiety to take over me instead of me taking over the anxiety. And I hope this is helping some of you out there, because I know a lot of you have told me that you guys suffer from anxiety. So I just wanted to share that with you guys, because it took me a long time to really get to a place where I was almost like, my anxiety is the anxiety that I was dealing with is non-existent. But I would remind myself, okay, I have felt this way before. Has anything happened? No. Have you gone through it? Yes. Have you gone past it? Yes. So if you continue to familiarize yourself with those sensations and remind yourself, like, okay, you know what, the last time that I had an anxiety attack, this same thing happened to me, and after I did some deep breathing, I was okay. So reminding yourself that, excuse me, that you have felt these things before will help you cope with them better, to the point where you don't give yourself anxiety by feeling those, sensations that anxiety attacks give you. So I just wanted to share that with you guys, because I know, there's a lot of things going on in the world right now, and it's giving a lot of people anxiety, and people are depressed, and there's a lot of things going on when it comes to mental health. And you guys know, like, I don't play about that. I believe mental health should be your number one priority. It's so super important, because it does affect everything else around you, within you. So so after a while, I learned how to do deep breathing exercises. Going to the gym has helped me. Journaling, praying, and during this whole time, I now, later on in life, encourage seeing a therapist too, to get to the root of why you're having these anxiety attacks. But back then, I didn't think about that. I didn't think about seeing a therapist, because I thought it was all, oh my gosh, like, physically something's wrong with me. But thankfully, and it took me a while. Had I seen a therapist then, maybe I wouldn't have lasted so long with anxiety. But everyone's different, and it was a process, and it's my story. But now, I'm at a point where even if I feel the slightest bit of anxiety, I'm just doing deep breathing exercises, and I'm tapping. I know you guys have heard Tyrone talk about that, and it's basically tapping on certain pressure points that help with anxiety. So I just wanted to talk to you guys about anxiety and how I dealt with it, and to let you guys know that there is hope, that there are natural ways to deal with anxiety, and not only deal with it, but get rid of it too. So you have to do your research. You have to go out there. There is tons of information on how to deal with it, tons of books. Unfortunately, I lost the books that I had. But definitely, like, go step foot in a bookstore and read up on anxiety. There's tons of things out there that has helped me. And thankfully, I am where I am now because I did my research, and because I tried everything. Not everything, but I've tried everything that worked for me, and it did work. So Leave your comments down below, you guys. Let me know, again, if you guys want to talk about anything else that's motivational, that's inspiring, encouraging. If you enjoy this, please leave your comments down below. If you haven't done so, subscribe to my channel, hit like, share. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you guys can get notified whenever I pop up on your feed. I'll see you guys later. Toodles!